I'm Anna with today's top story. Tennis star Jannik Sinner accepts a 3-month doping ban, sparking controversy in the sports world. Australian Open champion Jannik Sinner has agreed to a 3-month suspension for an anti-doping rule violation. The World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA, confirmed that Sinner tested positive for clostebol, a prohibited substance, in March 2024. Sinner's team claims the substance entered his system when his physiotherapist used a spray containing it to treat a cut. WADA accepted that Sinner had no intention to cheat and gained no competitive advantage. However, they maintain that athletes are responsible for their entourage's actions. The suspension will run from February 9 to May 4, 2025, allowing Sinner to compete in the French Open. He can return to official training on April 13, 2025. Australian tennis star Nick Kyrgios has expressed his disbelief and frustration over the decision. Kyrgios took to social media, calling the situation dodgy and claiming it's a sad day for tennis. He plans to host a live discussion on the matter next week. In his statement, Sinner acknowledged the importance of WADA's rules in protecting the sport. He accepted the offer to resolve the proceedings with the 3-month sanction, citing the prolonged nature of the case. This decision has sparked debate about fairness in tennis and the effectiveness of anti-doping measures. As the story develops, we'll continue to bring you updates on this controversial issue. We'll cover a dramatic delay in an NRL preseason match and Manly's impressive depth on display. First up, an NRL preseason game between Manly Sea Eagles and South Sydney Rabbitohs faced an unexpected 90-minute delay due to a medical emergency in the stands. The match at Industry Group Stadium in Gosford was briefly at risk of being abandoned when paramedics had to attend to a fan who reportedly suffered a heart attack. An off-duty paramedic in the crowd stepped in to assist, allowing the game to proceed. Once underway, Manly emerged victorious with a 34-24 win. However, they now face concerns over star prop Daniela Paseka, who left the field with a suspected AC joint injury. In other news, Manly's depth was on full display during this preseason challenge. Coach Anthony Seibold will be pleased with the performance of several up-and-coming players. Wingers Navran Willett and Ray Twaimalo Vega each scored 2 tries, while Dean Matterson and Jake Arthur contributed with multiple try assists. New recruit Sio Siwa Taukeaho also impressed, running for over 100 meters and making 20 tackles. This depth could prove crucial, especially with Paseka's injury and regular hooker Lachlan Croker set to miss the opening month of the season. Meanwhile, all eyes were on Lewis Dodd, South Sydney's new halfback signing from the Super League. However, his performance left much to be desired, with commentators questioning whether he's ready for the NRL. We'll cover the return of the Indigenous All-Stars to AFL action after a decade. The Indigenous All-Stars faced off against Fremantle at Optus Stadium, but it was their pre-game ritual that stole the show. Led by Bradley Hill, their war cry captivated both the crowd and viewers at home. Social media erupted with praise for the performance, with fans describing it as deadly and fire. The war cry videos quickly garnered over 20,000 views online. As the game began, the Indigenous All-Stars took an early lead. Bobby Hill and Jason Horne-Francis scored the opening goals, putting their team ahead 5.2, 32 to 2.3, 15 at the end of the first quarter. Fremantle fought back in the second quarter, but the All-Stars' pressure and speed proved challenging. Keisiah Pickett extended the lead after a brief Dockers comeback. At halftime, the score stood at 7.5, 47 to 5.5, 35, in favor of the Indigenous All-Stars. Bobby Hill continued his strong performance with 2 goals, while Fremantle's Caleb Sarong led in disposals with 17. Dockers legend Matthew Pavlich described the match as great entertainment, fast and furious, with numerous highlights. This exciting return of the Indigenous All-Stars has certainly made an impact on the AFL scene. We'll continue to follow this story as it develops. We have a story of triumph overshadowed by controversy in the boxing world. American boxer Keyshawn Davis has claimed the WBO lightweight title in a dramatic fight against Ukrainian Denis Baranchyk. However, the lead-up to the match was marred by a racist incident. Davis dominated the bout, securing a fourth-round TKO victory with a powerful body shot. This win marks his first world title in just his 14th professional fight. But the celebration was tainted by an ugly scandal. Days before the fight, a package containing bananas and a watermelon was left in Davis's hotel room, along with a note. Davis initially accused his opponent, but later shifted blame to former champion Teofimo Lopez. The boxing promotion. Top Rank condemned the racist act and expressed support for Davis. Despite the controversy, the American boxer put on a stellar performance, outclassing his 36-year-old rival. Davis used his post-fight interview to challenge other lightweight champions, including Gervonta Davis and Vasily Lomachenko, stating he's ready to face anyone who has the balls to fight him. This incident highlights the ongoing issues of racism in sports, even as athletes like Davis continue to break barriers and achieve greatness in their fields. Tonight, we'll discuss the ongoing debate surrounding young Australian cricketer Jake Fraser McGurk and his place in the Champions Trophy squad. In cricket news, Australian ODI captain Steve Smith has defended Jake Fraser McGurk's inclusion in the Champions Trophy squad, despite recent criticism. The 22-year-old batsman faced challenges in Sri Lanka, but Smith remains confident in his potential. Smith emphasized Fraser McGurk's aggressive playing style and wide range of shots. He believes the conditions in Pakistan may better suit the young player's abilities. The captain also highlighted the learning opportunity for Fraser McGurk by being part of the squad. Australia's team composition for the Champions Trophy remains flexible. With several key players absent, Smith indicated that lineups might change from game to game. He also expressed support for Marnus Labuschagne, suggesting his likely inclusion in the opening match against England. The Australian captain stressed the importance of adapting to different opponents and pitch conditions. He mentioned the team's 15-man squad offers various options, particularly in batting, allowing them to select the best combination for each scenario. As the Champions Trophy approaches, all eyes will be on how Australia's squad, including Fraser McGurk, performs in Pakistan. The tournament promises to be an exciting test for both established players and emerging talents. Former Test bowler criticizes Cricket Australia over Matt Kuhneman's suspect bowling action citation. Anna. In cricket news, Matt Kuhneman, the Australian off-spinner, has been cited for a suspect bowling action in Sri Lanka. Former Test player Stephen O'Keefe has criticized Cricket Australia, stating that the system has failed Kuhneman. Kuhneman was reported by the ICC after taking 16 wickets in 2 tests at Gala International Stadium. O'Keefe believes Kuhneman will be cleared, but argues that Cricket Australia should have identified any potential issues earlier. O'Keefe expressed concern about the impact on players, saying, "It's really cold, you're on your own, they don't talk to you, they tape you up, and then they test you with these degrees of action." Kuhneman is currently allowed to play domestic cricket for Tasmania, but is barred from international matches until cleared. This comes at a crucial time, as Kuhneman was seen as a potential key player for Australia's upcoming tour of India. O'Keefe hopes the testing process will not be as grueling for Kuhneman as it has been for others in the past. He emphasized the potential detriment to player welfare, especially after Kuhneman's successful series in Sri Lanka. This incident raises questions about Cricket Australia's player development and monitoring processes. It also highlights the challenges faced by players when dealing with suspicions about their bowling actions at the international level. Anna. We'll continue to follow this story as it develops. Stay tuned for updates on Kuhneman's situation and its potential impact on Australia's cricket strategy. This has been Anna for I Know Gossip. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time with more breaking news and in-depth coverage.